With the announcement that made by President of the Republic Juan Duque to withdraw the obligatory use of face masks in municipalities with 70% of full coverage and 40% of reinforcements, new measures have also been taken in midst of the health emergency.
In this regard, the Minister of Health and Social Protection explained that the health emergency measures is maintained taking into account 2 points. The first is the recommendation of the World Health Organization to maintain this status, and secondly, there are only 6 weeks of decreasing figures, both in terms of infection and mortality, which is why it is necessary to wait a little longer. He also stresses that this new emergency was considered a transitional one.
From the 1st of May, the health emergency will be extended for 2 more months. This decision was taken by the advisory committee after a careful analysis in which they evaluated the fact that the World Health Organization still has a pandemic alert, and secondly, that it has not been long since the numbers of COVID infection dropped. For this reason, it was considered prudent to maintain a longer period of time and keep an eye on the movement of the pandemic in Colombia, as well as on the number of infections around the world. The decision was taken to de-escalate many of the measures that we have maintained for 2 years, including the use of face masks, leaving only those exceptions where there is a significant differential range.
As for those wishing to enter Colombia, the minister stressed that all international travelers must have a vaccination card with a full vaccination schedule. However, he stressed that it is extended to unvaccinated people who will be able to enter Colombia. To do so, they must present a PCR test that has been taken within the last 72 hours or an antigen test within 48 hours. On the other hand, he said that Colombians have been judicious with the use of masks and that they should enter into a logical of intelligent and rational use of masks. He stressed that the mask is here to stay, especially as a preventive measure against respiratory illness.
And Dr. Nayib Morales continues to be detained in Venezuela. Therefore, his colleagues continue with their demonstration for his release.
After the arrest of the Dr. Nayib Morales in Venezuela, his colleagues continue with the demonstrations against the judge's measure, where he is deprived of his freedom for 45 days while the investigations continue. This news agency was able to learn from the media of the neighboring country that his detention center was assigned to a municipality near Valera, the city where the event occurred, called Escuque. It should be noted that Dr. Morales has been visited by his colleagues at the place of detention. It should be recalled that a judge of Control 6 of the Criminal Judicial Circuit of the state of Trujillo in Venezuela ordered that the resident physician Nayib Morales will be deprived of his freedom for at least 45 days at the end of the investigation period. This decision was taken after the accusation made by the prosecutor's office of peculation of use for allegedly having on his possession medical supplies prohibited for sale. The detention of Nayib Morales in Venezuela, according to the authorities, was due to his having medication in his possession when he was requested at the hospital. Defense lawyers are looking for ways to prove Nayib Morales' innocence. It's worth mentioning that for 4 months, Morales has been in the neighboring country completing a specialization in anesthesiology.
And in order to continue supporting entrepreneurship and innovation in our islands, an Impulsa conference was held in the regions.
This meeting aimed to bring entrepreneurs and businessmen to the offer of Impulsa Colombia.
Desde Impulsa hoy estamos haciendo una toma.
From Impulsa today we are doing a regional takeover. That is to say, we are in 26 departments of the country, meeting with entrepreneurs and businessmen, having a conversation with them on how to promote and enhance this offer that we have from Impulsa. So this space is for us to have something positive in favor of entrepreneurs and the productive chain of each of the regions. And today I am here from Impulsa on this wonderful island.
This meeting has strategic allies such as
El día de hoy nos van a acompañar emprendedores.
Today we will be accompanied by entrepreneurs who have been working and growing hand in hand with Impulsa and the Chamber of Commerce. And there are also allies such as Bancoldex, the SENA, the government, other private allies. Here in San Andres, our allies are 8, and we are continually including allies. What we want is to build more and more entrepreneurship and productive chains through innovation.
And And in alliance with the Chamber of Commerce of Barranquilla, the Chamber of Commerce of the Islands bets on strengthening the business structure in the islands, a very profitable initiative for entrepreneurs.
Of a business group program for formalization, the purpose of this program is to promote better businesses practices in micro and small enterprises with growth potential through support processes, capacity building, specialized technical assistance, and management tools to improve their value offer and move towards visibility in trade and demand.
Tenemos la convocatoria Crece.
We have a convocation entitled Crece or Growth, which is an alliance with the Chamber of Commerce of Barranquilla, and this cause seeks to strengthen business through consulting and support for at least 4 months to these companies. We have a goal of 50 companies that should be within the activities of hardware stores, supermarkets, drugstores, warehouses, and e-commerce products. So we want to give this opportunity to the businessmen and entrepreneurs of San Andres to benefit from this totally free card.
To register, please go to the second floor of the Chamber of Commerce on the Newval Avenue.
En el Fondo Nacional del Ahorro nos mueve lo que sueñas. Por eso, desde agosto del 2018 hemos construido un país de propietarios. Es con hechos.
And the Circular Economy Initiative of the Coca-Cola system, the Reciclave project, delivered the results of its implementation in the Archipelago Department.
Coca-Cola Company and Coca-Cola FEMSA and Tetra Pak presented the results of Reciclave San Andres, a project aimed at strengthening the collection system of usable solid waste on the islands. The entities indicate that in its 8 months of implementation, 66 tons of materials such as PET, cardboard, Tetra Pak, beverage containers, plastics, aluminum, among others, have been used, and more than 739,000 PET bottles and 14,000 Tetra Pak containers have been transported from the islands to the interior of the country.
San Andres has a great need to ensure that the material that leaves the island does not end up in the ocean and can be incorporated into the chain in the circular economy and can be converted into a new bottle or a new cap or any new product. That is why Reciclave was born out of the need to strengthen the San Andres recycling chain, and also in this commitment to achieve that we can recover and collect 100% of the equivalent of the bottles that we put on the market.
Currently, Colombia generates around 12 million tons of solid waste per year, of which almost 26,000 tons are generated in the archipelago, with the fact that being islands, there is a large floating population that inevitably generate waste.
Much attention, if you are looking for employment, the departmental government will hold in the coming days a microemployment roundtable to connect citizens with different companies. The local government, through the planning secretariat, will hold a microemployment roundtable aimed at those people who are looking for new job opportunities. Those who wish to be part of this initiative must bring their ID cards as well as their resume with their respective supports. The event will be held on Thursday, May 5th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the Francisco Newball Room at the Family Compensation Fund, Cajasay. We continue with the COVID-19 indicators. This is how coronavirus is moving in the department at the moment.
No new cases or deaths from COVID-19 have been reported in the department. The figures according to the local administration are as follows. A total of 10,193 people have been infected since the beginning of the pandemic. There are currently no active cases. 10,001 people have recovered. 155 people have died from the pandemic, and the ICU occupancy rate is currently at 0%.
And at this time of the day, we continue with sport news with Victor Fusalba.
Hello, here are the best sports of the islands. Caribbean Storm is ready to fight for the title of the W Play League of Professional Basketball. Caribbean Storm started off on the right foot in the W Play League tournament of the professional basketball, in which they participate thanks to the support of the departmental government. With a great roster headed by the Dominican Jason Yan Colome, Nigerian Akindele Jalel, Venezuelan Nino Rojas, Luis Almanza, Islanders Jared Corpus, Raynor Williams, David Venner, Mauricio Fox, Keenan Martinez, Justin Dawkins, Luis Miguel Martinez, and others, who guided by the Mexican coach Giovanni Rivera and his assistant Stefano Steele, will seek for the title for the island department. We spoke with the governor Ever Hawkins, who told us about his support.
The national tournament with the professional team Caribbean Storm is going to continue and guarantee the participation of the team. It's going to be in Cali before this month and done. We're going to start that tournament. I want and I know that we have the talent, we have the capacity, and with the compromise that the team that we sponsor and supporting give us this time opportunity to be champion, national champion. I believe we got everything. That is what we focus on. And why not with the next categories then we can have championship male and females figure and continue at least be given the opportunity. From many years ago we never have this opportunity to be champion, so we expect, our expectation is to during these months this year and next year we have opportunity to have many championship female and male in basketball.
In his debut, Caribbean Storm beat Team Cali by scoring 84-70 at the Evangelista Mora Coliseum in Cali. An outstanding performance of the Dominican Jason Colome, who scored 24 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists, and Kevin Nino with 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist, and also a good performance of the Islanders Mauricio Fox and Jared Corpus, who contributed on the win. In the second game, Caribbean Storm lost against Cartagena Corsarios, a team where the Islanders William Cabeza, Chase Webster, Lobito Williams, and other Islanders players. The next game for the Island team will be tomorrow Wednesday against the Armenian Cafeteros. An important position, although one of the hardest, is that of pitchers in baseball. A coach who put his soul into baseball is Rafael Batista, a former professional baseball player of the major leagues, who today in San Andres dedicate his time to the formation and foundation of pitchers of this sport in the Insular Department. This is what Professor Batista told us.
I have a role here, which is to help the boys get ahead and teach them a little more about what it is to know how to pitch. The truth is that day after day, there are many young people in the training camps who want to learn, who want to know what it is to pitch. So as a coach, I have that heart for them to learn, to get ahead in this position of pitchers, which is a very hard position where you need a lot of work and a lot of concentration.
San Andres have several young pitchers with a promising future in baseball. How good it would be to have a stellar pitchers like Jaime Rodriguez, Tex Britton, Samuel Leon, Lisandro de Avila, and many others who have raised the flag of the island archipelago in this sport.